Good evening, Jan. Could you tell us why you are here in Bonn for the climate talks?
I'm here for Oxfam International, and we are focusing on climate finance and on making sure that every country does their fair bit in reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
So let's speak about the last element. Could you tell us what happened that was perhaps positive or not so positive over the last week on this particular issue of mitigation?
Well, the mitigation issue is split into two streams. One is about negotiating a future legal agreement that would take effect after 2020. So what do we do in terms of mitigating emissions after 2020? And the other stream is about what do we do until 2020, because current offers and pledges by countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions until 2020 are nowhere near where they need to be. So that's why I'm here.
And anything concrete happening on this particular element over the last few days?
This discussion on reducing emissions until 2020 is sort of, you could say, split into three areas. One is enabling developing countries to increase their ambition to mitigate. That, of course, speaks to support they need to do that in terms of climate finance or technology. A second area is about global initiatives that can be done outside the UNFCCC that also contribute to mitigating emissions, such as HFC gases or redirecting fossil fuel subsidies. And the third area is about, and this is a key area, is about the rich countries to increase their current pledges, which are far too low and not what they should be doing until 2020. So this is what we're trying to do. And what we're seeing at these talks is that, especially on the third area, developed countries try to move away from this, try to distract the discussion and not talk about the inadequacy of their own targets, but only pointing at these global additional initiatives, as well as on developing countries stepping up their ambition. So we are here also to counter that.
And so, in order to be successful on that, what do you wish to see happening during the next week?
What we need here is a firm understanding from developed countries that, as they promised to in Doha, that they would, in the year 2014, revise their current inadequate pledges and move them upward. I mean, promising to do more than what they have offered so far. And this goes both for the Kyoto Protocol parties as well as for those developed countries that haven't signed up to the Kyoto Protocol. So that's one key area we need to have, increasing pledges by developed countries, and we need to make the first steps here in Bonn. And the second area possibly that we find very important is that parties together join forces and identify areas where they could, in Warsaw, launch new initiatives to collectively address emissions, such as, for instance, the F-gases under the Montreal Protocol, such as emissions from international transport, and in particular one key area for us is also redirecting fossil fuel subsidies. So an understanding here that these are the areas they want to reach an agreement in Warsaw is what we expect for next week.
All right, that sounds pretty straightforward. Good luck with this.
Thank you very much.